Hello, I'm Camelia and this is Kini News. Daim Zainuddin, the former finance minister, passed away at Assunta Hospital in Petaling Jaya this morning at the age of 86. The retired politician had recently suffered a stroke, which led to his hospitalization and subsequent stay in intensive care. Daim was a towering figure in Malaysian politics, serving as finance minister twice under former Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad. His first term from 1984 to 1991 saw him lead Malaysia's shift toward industrialization and rapid economic growth, while his second term from 1999 to 2001 focused on stabilizing the country after the Asian financial crisis. In recent years, Daim's legacy came under scrutiny due to a court case that raised questions about his financial dealings during his time in office. The retired politician was charged with failing to disclose assets, including 38 companies, 25 properties, 7 luxury vehicles, and 2 investment accounts, as required by the MACC. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has expressed condolences over the passing of former Finance Minister Daim Zainuddin. Although their relationship was often strained, Anwar acknowledged Daim's contributions as Finance Minister in a social media post. In a brief statement today, Anwar said he learned of Daim's death upon arriving in Lima, Peru for the APEC forum. Both Anwar and Daim had served under Dr Mahathir Mohamad, yet their relationship was tense. During the 1MDB scandal, however, Daim reportedly visited Anwar in prison to discuss removing the then Prime Minister Najib Razak. However, their relations soured again after Pakatan Harapan's collapse. In 2022, Daim urged Anwar to retire to make way for younger leaders. Anwar responded by saying Daim would lose sleep if he became Prime Minister and implied Daim should answer for the Pandora Papers leaks.
Of course, Tun Daim will be the last person to see me as Prime Minister. He will have sleepless nights. Although I have assured there's nothing personal, but I assume Finance Ministry after him.
Meanwhile, the body of Daim Zainuddin was laid to rest at the Bukit Kiara Islamic Cemetery this afternoon. A somber atmosphere surrounded the burial as family members, friends, and political figures gathered to bid their final farewells. More than 100 people accompanied the final journey of the late Daim, including his wife, Naima Abdul Khalid, along with their children and relatives. Earlier, the funeral prayer for Daim was held at Masjid Wilayah Persekutuan in Jalan Duta. Notable figures paying their respects included former Prime Ministers Muhyiddin Yassin and Ismail Sabri Yaakob, former Minister Azmin Ali, Opposition Leader Hamzah Zainuddin, and Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil.
Hari ini hari yang sedih. Hari ini adalah hari di mana saya kehilangan seorang mentor, di mana Malaysia kehilangan seorang negarawan yang banyak berjasa kepada negara tercinta.
As we all know, Allahyarham played a major role when he was serving as the finance minister. And for me personally, Allahyarham contributed to my own victory in Lembah Pantai in 2018, and it's something that I won't forget.
Dr Mahathir Mohamad and his wife, Dr Siti Hasma Ali, were also at Daim's residence in Bukit Tungku this afternoon to pay their last respects to the former finance minister. Earlier, former Premier Dr Mahathir Mohamad laments the loss of his friend. Mahathir said Daim, who was his finance minister on 2 occasions, should have been glorified, but was instead the victim of vengeful vilification. Former Premier Dr Mahathir Mohamad laments the loss of his friend Daim Zainuddin, who passed away today. Mahathir said Daim, who was his finance minister on 2 occasions, should have been glorified, but was instead the victim of vengeful vilification. In a statement today, Dr Mahathir said despite his significant role in advancing the nation, Daim was unfairly condemned, driven only by vengeance. The late Daim and his wife, Naima Abdul Khalid, are under investigation by the MACC for alleged money laundering and corruption. The couple, accused of accumulating wealth through illicit means, has claimed they are being politically persecuted by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Mahathir also prayed that Daim would be judged more fairly by God. Daim had first served as Mahathir's finance minister from 1984 to 1991 and was reappointed in 1999 for a second term, resigning in 2001. In conjunction with Malaysia Kini turning 25 from now to 30th November, you can subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package with 25% off. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Moving on to the next story, the whistleblower who claims to have incriminating videos of Sabah assemblypersons has released a new recording featuring veteran politician Rubin Balang. Here's an excerpt from the recording.
Waktu dia pulang sini, dia sudah propose sama saya minta dia orang batu ini kita Sabah Mineral. Dia sudah propose masa bin government, masa tidak kasih. Kami sudah lama mau minta ini barang. Bukan baru Mineral. Betul. Okay. Nah, tanya sampai nak. Dulu lagi dia sudah propose itu. Kami company. Dulu lagi kami mau minta ini, tetapi musim musa bukan senang. Betul. Jadi bila AJG ini kami ada pergi minta dia sign lah, saya minta doa lah. Doa, saya lama so kami mau plan ni barang. So dia kasih satu dia bilang satu cukup pak, saya okey lah. Itu pun cukup, syukurlah dia kasih.
The whistleblower told Malaysia Kini that he did not bribe the Kamabong assembly person but was negotiating to acquire a firm in his children's name for a mining project. Rubin disclosed that Sabah Chief Minister Hajiji Noor had granted him one project when he asked for two, but is grateful nevertheless. When contacted by Malaysia Kini, Rubin refused to comment, citing that the matter might go to court. Malaysia Kini has also contacted Hajiji for comment. Speaking to reporters in Sabah yesterday, Hajiji vowed that his administration would give its fullest cooperation if MACC launched an investigation, but called for the arrest of the whistleblower. In another development, a report has been lodged with the MACC against a former senior officer of a Sabah state mining company who is accused of abusing his power. Sources told Free Malaysia today that the allegations involved the officer's ties with a peninsular Malaysia broker. The relationship began when he was with the Mineral and Geoscience Department. The source claimed that after learning of the collusion, Sabah Chief Minister Hajiji Noor chose not to renew the officer's contract, prompting an investigation that uncovered abuse of power. The officer and broker allegedly used intimidation tactics and sought whistleblower protection to shield themselves, but Hajiji refused to succumb to their extortion attempts. Although unnamed, the report is believed to involve former Sabah Mineral Management CEO Jonty Engihon, with a whistleblower threatening to expose a corruption scandal involving 8 assembly persons. Earlier yesterday, Malaysia Kini aired a leaked video showing Engihon accusing Hajiji of favoring certain contractors. Hajiji has pledged full cooperation but called for authorities to arrest and investigate the alleged bribe giver first. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has indicated that the whistleblower might not be protected if they are the bribe giver. Sabah UMNO has denied allegations that it was behind the whistleblower's expose of alleged corruption by state assembly persons. State Party Executive Secretary Awang Asli Lakat clarified that UMNO members had simply been sharing news of the scandal, which was not unusual. According to Utusan, Awang Asli also raised questions about why UMNO was being accused of masterminding the corruption issue. He also reminded certain individuals in the state, particularly cyber troopers hired by specific parties, not to link UMNO as the mastermind behind the corruption expose. He added that if allegations of corruption are true, then it is up to the MACC to investigate the matter. Awang's statement followed several social media posts claiming that the viral corruption scandal was orchestrated by a particular party, especially UMNO. A business person claimed to have 8 videos of Sabah assembly persons discussing the bribes. On Monday, Malaysia Kini published a 17-second excerpt of one video where a politician discusses repaying 500,000 ringgit in alleged bribes in installments. Although the politician was not named, Sindumin assembly person Yusuf Yaakob later dismissed the clip, claiming it was a fabrication using artificial intelligence. Mas Ermiati Samsudin questioned if Dusuki Mokhtar's appointment as Attorney General was a reward for his role in securing the DNAA for Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi in the Yayasan Akal Budi case.
Pelantikan peguam negara ini menjadi cakap-cakap di luar sana apabila dia sebelum ini merupakan Ketua Bahagian Rayuan dan Perbicaraan AGC yang terlibat dalam memberikan hujah 11 hujah untuk melepas dan dibebaskan Yang Berhormat Bagan Datuk DNAA. Dan adakah disebabkan oleh budi yang diberikan oleh beliau dapat, yang ni yang kata-kata orang lah, Yang Berhormat Bacok, kata-kata orang di luar sana, adakah disebabkan oleh budi dia tidak dapat jadi peguam negara?
Mas Ermiati, who is also the PAC chairman, brought up UMNO Information Chief Azalina Othman's side speech at a party event in 2022, in which the latter said then Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob must appoint one of our people to the Attorney General post. After her debate, Paya Besar MP Muhammad Shah Abdullah invoked Standing Order 36/6 against Mas Ermiati, prohibiting members from imputing improper motives to others.
Saya minta petua. Saya tak pernah bangun untuk bercakap perkara ini. Tapi bagi saya memastikan bahawasanya Yang Berhormat masih tanah ini sebagai pengurusi PAC, janganlah membawa perkara-perkara hearsay dan sangkaan jahat kepada Yang Berhormat Bagan Datuk dan Yang Berhormat Pengerang. Sepatutnya kalau Yang Berhormat betul-betul gunakan media di luar, Yang Berhormat.
Deputy Speaker Alice Lau then advised Shahar to file the motion with the Speaker's office. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.